afternoon, wherever you are. Greetings. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song, brought to you by the fabulous folks at Carpe Diem Arts. It's so good to see everyone on this Sunday, day 1505. Can you believe it?
That's amazing.
1,505 songs have been sung, actually, a lot more songs because sometimes there's more than one. I'm Elise Witt coming into you from Pine Lake, Georgia, and I'm so excited to have a new friend here, John Gorka from Minnesota. He's new to the daily, but he's certainly not new to the world of music, and looking forward to singing with him. But first, I want to say hello to every single person in this room. Hello to JoJo coming in from New Jersey. Hello to David and Elsie in Oakland, Kathy in Colorado, and Hoda in BC. Hello, Doug in Underhill, Vermont, Sheila in North Florida, Delhi, and Ruth and Clive in UK. Hello, Sarah in Connecticut, Pauline and your dad in Newcastle, UK, Susan G in Cincinnati. Hello, Caroline in DC, Annette in California, Sue in Seattle, Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Hello, Storm in Massachusetts, Bonnie in Boise, Sarah in Texas, Aloysius in Massachusetts, and Benet in Berkeley, Linda rockin' on Orcas Island. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Kevin in New Hampshire. Hello to Juana La Tejana and Bob and Kay in Texas and Robin and and another Anna, and Julie and Carol in Connecticut, and Manita maybe in India, and LMG, and some iPhones, and Nancy in Washington, and Laris in the UK, Carolyn in Boise, and Susan in cricket dancing in Maryland. And if I didn't get you on the way in, I will surely get you on the way out. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Greetings, everyone. So happy to be here today on this beautiful Sunday. And I am thrilled to bring to you someone that I recently met at the Swannanoa Gathering in North Carolina last summer. But he is not a stranger to the world of music. He's been making wonderful, wonderful music many, many years. And this is John Gorka coming in from Minnesota. Welcome, John, to the Daily Antidote of Song, and take it
Thank
away.
you, Elise. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you great.
All
Yes,
right.
great sound check. So you sound
Okay.
great.
All right. So I'm going to start off with the chorus of this song. It's a song about wanting to be a tree when you grow up. It's a song called Branching Out, and the chorus, I'll sing the chorus and then I could sing the whole song. But the chorus is a singable one, I think. You might be singing by the end of it. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach till I know why. So that's the chorus, and I'll sing you the whole song, and then we can take it from there. But this is one of those songs that has gotten a life of its own with people who perform for audiences of kids who don't know what a Gorka is. Okay, I'll sing you the whole song. When I grow up, I wanna be a tree, gonna make my home with the birds and the bees and the squirrels that can count on me when I grow up to be a tree. I'll let my joints get stiff, put my feet in the ground, take the winters off and settle down, keep my clothes till they turn brown. When I grow up, I'm gonna settle down. And I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach till I know why. When the spring comes by, I'm gonna get real green. If the dogs come by, I'm gonna get real mean. On windy days, I'll bend and lean. When I grow up, I'm gonna get real green. If I should fall in storm or slumber, please don't turn me into lumber. I'd rather be a Louisville slugger, swinging for the seas. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach till I know why. One more chorus. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach till I know why, till I know why.
Yeah, I love that song. When you sent me the lyrics, I couldn't wait to hear it. It's so
Oh,
great.
thanks.
So you
It's
mentioned,
also, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say you mentioned it's been used with kids.
Yeah, audiences of kids, like people teaching it in school and at camps for kids, so people who don't know what a Gorka is, and I really happy about that. That it's gotten out there, and it's yeah, it's I'm glad it's one of those ones I wrote. I think when I was still in school, in college, and I wrote it, and I liked it okay, and then I started playing it for people, and they kept asking for it, and so I learned to like my performance of it, and now I look forward to it, and I often do it at the end of a first set when people let them know that they can stretch a little bit before they get up if they need to get up during the intermission. But that's one of those I call the yoga portion of the show, and
Nice. Nice.
stretching.
Do you remember anything about writing it, like where it came from?
I do not remember all that much about it. Yeah, no, I think just the personification. Trying to inhabit a different person, or a different, in this case, a different species, a different plant. I did a few years after I wrote it and recorded it. I saw there was a movie starring called Jason Robards as a record a movie called Mr. Sycamore, and instead of he works for the post office, instead of going to the post office every day, he goes into his backyard and he stands there because he doesn't want to be a postman anymore. He wants to be a tree, so he just goes out and stands in the backyard every day, and then I think by the end of the movie, uh, uh, there's a tree growing in the backyard where there wasn't one before.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
so
All right, I've written it
that
down.
that could have been in that movie had I written it in time.
They need to redo the movie.
Yeah,
Oh, a remake.
maybe there'll be a remake.
Um, have you heard of a book called The Wish Tree?
No.
It's a beautiful children's, well, it's an older children's book. It's not a real short one. But it's a tree speaking with us and how we don't really know what, basically saying trees can't talk to humans.
Uh-huh.
But it talks about its relationship with all the creatures that make their home in the
Uh-huh.
tree. There's a whole plot that happens where somebody wants to cut the tree down because it's a nuisance, and all these animals and creatures live in it. And of
Uh-huh.
course, then the children come together and figure out a way to save the tree. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book, The Wish Tree. I highly recommend
Uh-huh. All
it.
right.
Yeah, so maybe they'll make a movie of that and then they can use your
They could
song.
put, yeah, that would be great. I would like that. There's also there's talk that trees communicate with each other, through their roots and
Yeah.
everything. I think that's really interesting too. That even
Yeah.
though they don't move around a lot, they still are paying attention.
Well, that's yeah, the book the tree actually talks about that, how it communicates underground with all the other plants, but also communicating with the animals that live in the branches
Uh-huh.
and the
Mm-hmm.
trunk. Yeah, yeah. I've been doing some workshops with a good friend where we're really listening to tree, listening to nature, and trying to find the music that
Mm-hmm.
comes from there. Um, so yeah, I love this song, and I'm gonna start incorporating it. I
Oh,
think
no,
I
I'm glad to hear that.
much,
Right.
yeah. So I noticed something that kind of intrigued me that you were going to the Casa de Música, um,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, this is a Zoom thing. Tell us about that.
Right. It started out as an in-person songwriter workshop at Eliza Gilkison's place in Arroyo Seco, New Mexico, near Taos, and uh, it was just held once a year, and people would come from all around. But when the COVID hit, it went online, and we didn't know if it was going to work as a an online thing, but it really has worked, and we've done it three times a year, I think, since 2020. Yeah,
Wow.
we do it in this next one is coming up is June, uh, October, and like February. That's when we've been doing it. It's maybe about uh, 20 people overall. And there's a lot. There's three of us: Eliza Gilkison, Don Richmond, and me. And Eliza's really great at kind of seeing the parts of the song of somebody's song. A lot of it's song critiques, but it's not like it's really constructive kind of. It's not at all hurtful kind. And that was the thing. When I in songwriting workshops, I never liked the idea of songwriting critiques because I thought I didn't want to say anything that would might stunt the growth of a song or hurt the artist, So but that's one of the things I've found that I can listen to a song and say, and a lot of it is personal uh, choice of what I might do with a song, or Eliza's great at pointing out a place in the song where she said she got bumped off, where she's listening along, and where then all of a sudden, she was distracted by something. She's really good at pointing out what where that place was and how maybe how to fix it.
Mm, mm. That's a very delicate process, right?
It's a
Someone,
fun, and she's really great at it. And Don Richmond is a musician and songwriter and producer and engineer and record company person. So he's seen kind of the music and the music business from every side. We don't talk too much about the music business. It's more about the the um, the kind of the creative act of it. And that's what's the because that's an eternal mystery. That's the thing that that's keeps me uh, interested because I'm a kind of a shy and socially awkward person, and music has been kind of my door to everything good in my life. So and that awkwardness continues, so that the need to make music still presents itself in a minute by minute minute by
yeah,
minute basis.
beautiful. Well, you also teach live workshops, right? I know I met you at this one. I know a
Right.
gathering.
Yeah. I've done that. Those are the two things that I've done in recent years. The Swananoa Contemporary Song Week, and I'll be back again this year. And that's kind of fun. It's it's 5 days of and it's pretty intensive stuff, and it's lots of fun. There's a lot. My my hope is that people will get, if they don't get something finished, that they'll get something started. And I like to here's her where I don't have like a formal kind of method. I try to listen to what their individual problem areas might be, and where they might need help. And it's often a song by song basis. So there's no formal. This is how you do this. Because I think there's a million different ways to write a song, and
Yeah.
I just try to have people try to pay attention to the place where the songs come from. Like for me, um, the morning brain is the most productive, especially lyrically. So I try to pay attention to images and lines and phrases that kind of come through. And one of the things that made the biggest difference to me was I met in June of 1979. I met Jack Hardy, who's a Greenwich Village-based songwriter at a place called Godfrey Daniels Coffee House in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And he was the first person I met who wrote songs on a schedule, and his schedule was a song a week. And I knew that fiction writers would try to go to work every day and try to write a certain number of words, but I didn't know songwriters could do that. I just thought I just got said I wait for inspiration to strike, and he said that's a cop out. He said if you put yourself on a schedule and you work at it, you'll come up with more songs and get better than if you just kind of waited around. So it's the idea is that you're uh, you're exercising the writing muscles. And one of the things, so I started, I thought a song a week was way too ambitious. So I thought, okay, I'll
Yeah.
try to do a song a month. And so that's what I put my first year, I put a song a month. And then I ended up with like 16 songs. The next year I went to a two-song a month with the deadlines in the middle of the month and at the end of the month. And that was, I did that until, for many years until having kids.
Wow. And so were you putting out like one or two albums a year?
No, but by the time I started to make records, I had a whole bunch of songs. Because my first record came out on Red House Records in 1987, and then I switched to a Windham Hill and Windham Hill's label, High Street Records, and they wanted records, right away. So it was good that I had a certain amount of a kind of a backlog uh, to work from, and but it's that idea is. I think Mary Oliver, the poet, had the idea. She said, she thought of that kind of that schedule too. That if you show up regularly, the muse learns to trust you. So I like that
There's a
idea a
lot of
lot. So
nodding going on here in this room right there for
all
this.
right,
Beautiful.
because it's like sometimes you don't start with inspiration, but you find it along the way, but just by working at it. A lot of it, showing up and kind of, or maybe noodling with your instrument with when you're watching a show on TV or something, and or just kind of seeing where your hands go, and then maybe that. And sometimes there's, I think Greg Brown said that he would start off with maybe a musical groove or something, and then he would start vocalizing, but not with words, just mainly with sounds,
Yeah.
and then those sounds would lead to actual words, and that's I think he said there was other writers that he mentioned that he thought had written in the same way. So sometimes just by making a sound, and it could come from a chord progression, or it could be from a simple melody. You don't have to have an instrument to write a song. You could be singing, and often that helps the melody if you're not restricted to the chord um, progressions that you're used to using, and you put the chords to it afterwards, and that's often can be it may be a harder way because you're restricted by that melody and that maybe in that rhythm, but the but it often can lead to better results.
I remember Sai Khan talking about writing to a rhythm that he hears, like when he's driving, and just hearing
Uh-huh.
the rhythm of the car, or
Mm-hmm.
something that he's, or maybe there's something wrong in the car and you're hearing a click or something like that, but just hearing some sort of a rhythm that's happening around you that's not necessarily musical,
Right, right.
but starting there.
Yeah,
And of course,
yeah. Long car drives can often be productive. I've written some things on car drives, and because you're paying attention to your driving and everything, but a part of you gets set free, and that's the part that can produce songs. That's also with mowing the lawn, uh, 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 which I call working in the land. And
uh-huh.
and sometimes when I'm out working the land, I will come up with phrases and things that turn into that are kind of the language of a song. One of the things I always ask other performers, if they're words first or lyrics first or music first,
I was
words first,
going to ask you that.
music first. Sorry, and I remember I asked Tom Paxton at Swananoa as we were going to breakfast, and he said he said words. He's generally words first. Then he kind of thought a minute. He said words with a pulse. So that there's your there's your rhythm uh,
Yeah,
ideas, and you're just having a little bit of a kind of a structure to fill in. Yeah. But it's always it's a mysterious process, and that's what's makes it eternally fun,
yeah, yeah,
even when
beautiful.
it's not going all that well.
I know when I think back on songs I've written, I don't remember. I don't remember what happened, and there they are. It's sort of
Yeah,
strange,
right.
so you
It's
kind of
magic. Yeah,
all state, yeah.
yeah. That there's that Rick Rubin, the producer, has that book that came out called The Creative Act, which is I thought it was a very inspiring book. Um, that's something if you want to pay attention to, and that's just, not just music. That's anything creative. Um, One book that was in, influential to me was by Shinichi Suzuki, the inventor of the Suzuki method of violin
Uh-huh.
playing, where you and it was called a book called Nurtured by Love, and his idea is that uh, talent is not only a cause; it's an effect. It's an effect of work. Some people do have, there are the geniuses who are kind of seem to be genetically uh, uh, designed to for making art. But for the rest of us, it's achievable. We may not get to be Mozart, but we can get better than we were just by working at it. And that's I thought that was a very inspiring thing for me because I couldn't read music. I'm still not really that great a music reader. Um, but I found out if I worked at it and I could do things that I didn't know I could do.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those little Pete Seeger called them fly specks and hen scratches on the
Right?
page.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I love this conversation. Let's do this song again.
Okay, sure. Okay. And I can know if you can see, I've got a capo on the fourth fret. I'm playing in C chord forms. So that's, let me see if I can, okay, let make, this is another kind of view. Maybe you can see it's a little bit better. It's not, the microphone's in the way, but you can see the guitar a little
Oh,
bit better.
yeah,
So,
that's nice.
okay, I'll
Great.
try that. When I grow up, I wanna be a tree. Gonna make my home with the birds and the bees and the squirrels. They can count on me when I grow up to be a tree. I'll let my joints get stiff, put my feet in the ground, take the winters off and settle down. Keep my clothes till they turn brown. When I grow up, I'm gonna settle down. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky, reach for the sky, I'm gonna reach, 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 I'm gonna reach till I know why, till I know why. When the spring comes by, I'm gonna get real green. If the dogs come by, I'm gonna get real mean. On windy days, I'll bend and lean. When I grow up, I'm gonna get real green. If I should fall in storm or slumber, please don't turn me into lumber. I'd rather be a Louisville slugger, swinging for the seas. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, 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 I'm gonna reach till I know why, till I know why. One more. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach till I know why, till I know why.
Thank you for that yoga moment, that beautiful music. I love this song. It's my new favorite song. And everybody is, there's just huge smiles and everyone is reaching.
All right.
Thank you so much, John. It's so, so wonderful to have you here. I look forward to seeing you at Swananoa.
Yeah. Well, thank you for thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. And you might be able to find that I think that might it is a version of that on YouTube. You could probably find it on the internet too if you want to learn it again. And on the record, um, there's a response. You know that there's a kind of a I'm gonna reach and I'm gonna reach. You could just like that yeah, that kind of thing. So that's if you listen on the record. That's Steve Gillette who's singing the thing, singing the response.
Nice. And today it was all of us doing the response.
Yeah. Well, nice to see you all over wherever you're. It's nice to see you from so many places.
Great. Thank you so much for
All
being
right.
with us. And I'm going to sing farewell and thanks to every
All
single.
right. All right.
Thank you for being here with us. Ah, thank you for being here on the Daily Antidote. Thank you to JoJo for bringing us together all these 1,515 days. Thank you to Dave and Elsie in Oakland and Doug in Vermont and Sheila in North Florida, Diane in Puerto Rico, Pauline and Dad in Newcastle, UK, and Susan G in Cincinnati, Caroline in DC. Thank you to Annette in California, Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Thank you, Storm in Massachusetts, and Carolyn in Boise. Sarah in Texas playing along on her guitar. Thank you to Benny in Berkeley and Cricket Dancing in Maryland. Thank you, Phil in Paris. Wow. Thank you to Bonnie, Bob and Mabel and the Bears. Thank you to Don and the Curly Tops in Vermont and Juana La Tejana. Thank you, Bob and a Bear in Massachusetts, Kathy in Gainesville, Florida, Delhi in Maryland. Let's see, where am I? And Ann in Silver Spring, Hoda in BC, and Aloysius in Massachusetts, Julie in Ontario, Leslie in the Laris in the UK, Sue in Seattle, Gary in Massachusetts, and Kay in Texas. Anna, thank you for all the things that you do technical on the Daily Antidote of Song. Breath. Thank you, Carol in Connecticut, and Manintya in India, and LMG in Connecticut, Nancy with your Irish cow in Washington, Susan in Tacoma Park, Diane and Elizabeth, I think, playing a hammered dulcimer, Marcia in Huntsville, that's not Alabama, that's Ontario, and Dan in Vienna, Virginia, LMG in Connecticut. Thank you, everyone, for coming in on the Daily Antidote of Song, and especially John Gorka coming in from Minnesota. Thanks, everyone, on the Daily Antidote of Song. Have a wonderful week, everyone. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much.